Greetings, Hawthorne family and Hawk Nation. Just wanted to send this out, a Learn at Home preview doc. I'm going to change a few things up for Monday. Instead of us meeting whole staff, I'm going to send this out right now, and then there's going to be a document that I'm going to share. It's going to be just a Q&A doc, and you can write all of the things, the questions that you have right in there. And I'll be responding to that all weekend and up until our meeting. So meetings will be shorter. There will be 3 separate meetings I want to set up in that same amount of time. So you just pick one. I'll send more information out about that. But we'll go ahead and get into this. This should take about 10 or 15 minutes. And then you'll have time to reflect, go back and look, and kind of get an understanding for yourself. All right. So we'll be using Zoom meetings quite a bit, including the one on Monday. So initially you'll all be muted, and we'll need to stay muted, as I stated in the previous email, and then we'll unmute from time to time. During the meeting, we'll actually use the chat feature that's in that'll be off to the side, and that'll support questions that'll be happening in there. Mr. Evans and myself will be responding to those as quickly as possible. Then when we go and look at transitions, between transitions, I'll always stop. Are there any questions? I'll try to look at the chat, answer those if we can, just so we can all have a clear understanding. Then we'll go back and we'll look at the fact that it is going to be a lot of nonverbal. So some questions I'll just need a thumbs up or smile, head nod, one of those. We'll keep moving. Fourth quarter, Dr. Hanson's thing is he wants us to finish with heart. I love it. I mean, one of our biggest hashtags right now is "You Are Loved," and he wants people to feel connected. So a lot of what we do when you do your chats and things, we're going to start off our groups. We always try to start with celebrations. Now we want to start with some type of connection point. How are you doing? How are things going? For the next couple of weeks, especially as we transition into Learn at Home, it's really going to be about being good at a few things, and we'll talk about some specifics later. But right now, when we think about connections, we want to create a consistent connection between Hawthorne and families, engage students in content that's relevant, meaningful, and we want to have that engagement so it's fun. Support parents and caregivers, and support parents with positive feedback and check-ins. My expectation is that every teacher reaches out to their class at least once a week. There's going to be a lot of different ways to make that happen. Some of you are already doing that, so I'm not worried about that at all. I'm already proud of some of the work that you all are putting in, and kind of looking forward to seeing how you guys innovate. We'll move on to timeline. As you know, with the governor's announcement, we are obviously not going to come back to school this year. So when we look at April 6th to the 10th, that's next week. There's going to be a lot of online preparation, us trying to get things together, me trying to help fill some gaps for you, and you helping support students before we actually roll out the actual Learn at Home on the 13th to the 17th. That's the official start. And so it has timelines in there that'll be more specific later as we talk. And it'll go from April 13th all the way through May or June, which will be about 7 weeks. So our kids are going to miss 48 days, of instruction with you, which is going to be a lot. But I know that we can do this. We can do this because we're all in this together. I've seen you guys collaborate, learn, and grow together. And then when you guys start to innovate, it's been amazing. So I'm actually excited to see how we are going to innovate in this time. We'll move on. New vocabulary. We thought this was important to add on there. I'm going to go through each one briefly. I don't just want to repeat this. Learn at Home. Basically, this is our long-term response to not being able to see our students, give them different various opportunities to engage. And here, I need for us to understand that I strongly believe that less is more. We've given them a lot of resources already, and we have things out there in front of them. But let's take some time to transition students. They've been away from us for 3 weeks and they've kind of been doing their own thing. So we want to bring them back into the fold. I think Dr. Hanson said, make it a heart thing. Connect with them, and then let's engage them in the learning. Choice boards, you're going to see these pop up on the weekly schedule. It just provides some voice and choice, and also allows them to set their pace. E-learning is our term that is currently being replaced, obviously, by Learn at Home. E-learning is our more short-term students away from us to keep learning moving. Teacher planning days, those are obviously going to be time for you all to plan. There'll be some office hours laid in there as well. Teacher office hours right there. Good time to reach out to families. And then the virtual community time. This is really a good connection time that you're going to have throughout the week, where you'll open up a chat and kids will be able to come in. And during those times, I ask that at least once a week you invite Mr. Evans and myself so we can drop in. You can invite us to them all. As you know, we like to be in and out of classrooms. We'll keep moving. Learn at Home. Principles and priorities. Really, it's about what we can do well. And in this case, I look at that last one, focus on quality, not quantity. Let's get really good at a few things and be able to support our kids. The connection piece, obviously, growing relationships and using those, providing consistent experience for our students. So if we can do a few things well and consistent, that's going to mean the world to them and to their families and to their experience overall. Again, I look forward to seeing what you guys do. I'm excited to see how you take what you've been doing, social media, email, and other avenues, and using that to support our kids consistently. We'll keep moving. You've seen this. I would love it if everybody would put this on their social media. I'm going to try and keep this on Hawthorne social media, if not every day, every other day. It's just a device pickup. Every parent needs to scan that QR code and request the device. I've already got a small group of people. I've actually got plenty. I'm going to turn into multiple small groups that are going to come in. Because of the rules, I can only have so many people in the building at a time. So we'll operate in shifts. Thank you to all those who volunteered. And I didn't send that out to everybody. I just sent out a couple feelers and got some back. I know Hawthorne has a big heart, so I just kind of reached out to a few and appreciate those who responded back. Our device pickup day is going to be on the 10th, and on the 10th, you can see it right there. In the morning is going to be K2. In the afternoon is going to be 3-4. I am coming in slightly, just for a little while, the day before with a few people, just to prep and get things ready. We'll keep moving. Device pickup, like I said, I can't have more than 5 extra volunteers in the building. We're going to be cleaning the devices. Parents and caregiver, or whoever that trusted adult who's picking up the device will have to sign it out. So that way we can keep an eye on that. Device support is pretty cool. They've got tons of supports for the kids, and we're going to get this information out to families where they can actually physically go up to one of these 4 locations, give the device, get some support, and then what we'll see more of, though, is that tech support. All these are things, this device support piece, you can definitely share this with your families through your newsletter or through your social media. When we look at teacher expectations, basically this is your schedule for the week. You'll see the day starts at around 9 and ends at about 4. Just be different things that you'll be doing inside there. The links these are also links down here that connect to pages with more support. We look at April's calendar. Basically, this will take us to May 1st, and we'll make adjustments in there, as always. We put a solid plan together, then we make adjustments so it best fits our students and our staff for supporting the best experience we can have for our kiddos. Then we look at our sample student schedule. You see that planning time, teacher office hours. So those would be good times for you to be reaching out to parents. Parents will be calling back to you. Like I said, just one touch point for me a week per student is going to be awesome. That virtual homeroom with teacher, that's what we're looking for. Community time where you can open up a dialogue with your kids. They'll come in and out. And then, of course, you see those choice boards that are going to be on Friday. Remember, these are going to be pretty much self-based, based and paced by the students. When you look at those reading activities in there, typically these are going to be videos. I know that Brown, Dupree, I believe Betts. We had quite a few people. I thank you very much for supporting the planning that went into this. So those resources are going to be out. Parents are going to ask when this is coming to them. So every Monday, the district is going to send out a blurb, I think at 8, and it's going to have the schedule, videos, and all those things for the week. The coolest part is it's not like anything expires. So if you don't get to it this week, you can pick it up again. Exceptional learners. There's an email that came out with from Allison Woods. So there are going to be some expectations of things that we're going to have to take care of online. We don't know what the state's going to do as far as guidance, so we're going to just take this piece by piece. Mr. Evans and myself will definitely be there for you. We'll keep going. Teacher devices need updates. So as I had to drive up to, and I went to Sunny Heights because it's closer to me. I couldn't log in. I popped it up, got on the Wi-Fi. I logged in, and I actually let mine restart twice just in case, and then I haven't had any problems since. Of course, you'll still have 869-4321. They're actually remotely supporting people from home as well. Yeah, all those pieces are good. They've also extended the window for passwords to be changed, and you'll see that come up later. Teacher phone access. So in that staff meeting so long ago, Mr. Butler felt like he made up an app. Well, it turned out I didn't. I was just a little bit early. Just called ENA, and it's actually pretty cool where you'll actually hook up. So they'll actually call this number, and it'll ring to your cell phone. And then when you call them back, that number will pop up. The coolest part is we've been messing with it, and so I'm getting calls from Grassy Creek and East Ridge and these other schools when the principals are at home. So that gives you access for that. I think I moved a little too fast. Sorry. Teacher devices. Like I said, they extended the password. Install direct access on staff laptops. You can read through that. As we get more information, we'll definitely be able to get that back to you. And then staff action steps. These are just the things I need you to do this week, sooner rather than later. Set up that ENA smart voice system, review the resources that I'm about to show you, and then invite admin to one check-in per week with students. I'm going to keep moving down here. I'm going to keep this under 15 minutes. Here is a great many resources that you can get into that are going to be great for teachers. Device distribution spreadsheet, all those different pieces right there. And then this last page is the slide deck for the virtual staff meeting, which is pretty much what we're looking at right now. The Zoom tips and tricks, that's going to be huge. I know that I'll more than happily do some online chats with people so they get a better sense of that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there, keep this under 15 minutes. I just really want to say I appreciate you. Forgive how many times I said I'm just trying not to say anything wrong. Really said it again. Miss you all. Know that you are thought about, prayed about, high hopes for. You are awesome. You are amazing. I'm excited to continue working with you through this situation and support our students, families, and community. And most of all, you are loved. All pride. See you digitally soon. Be well. Stay safe.